I've just been waiting for like a fall. I should not put my mug on my knee. I'm going to spill it. Oh, okay. I don't know why, but when I was setting up the camera, it kept like face tracking, like right here on this shirt. And it's because there's a skeleton on it. Oops. So I think that's what it was. Okay. Right. I had to take my sweater off because despite it being September, it is still too hot to wear it. Also, here's my mug for the day. Now that it's getting colder, I'm so excited. I can use all of my mugs. Anyway, not there. There. Hello all, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley. Hi. How are ya? Anyway, I love how I've just decided to just be awkward in the beginning of all of my videos. Today's video is going to be my fall TBR. I do have a lot of fantasy and horror in my TBR. And then I also noticed I have quite a few books that are like set in, like YA books that are like set in school. Or like, I don't know, just something about like fall time, going back to school. Even though I am 26, I haven't been in school for many years now. But it's still fun to read. So, let's get started. We're gonna start with fantasy. Now, the first two books I actually started reading either beginning of this year or like late last year. But I decided to wait and finish them until fall just because I wanted the right vibes. So the first book I have is Caraval, which we all know and love. If you haven't heard of this book, where have you been? So yes, we all know what this book is about. It's this girl who, girl and her sister go to this event called Caraval. Her sister ends up going missing and ends up being part of the game, and for her to be able to get her sister back, she needs to win Caraval. So yes. Although I did get I got like halfway through it. So yes, decided to finish that one. And then the next one, the book that I started but didn't finish, I didn't get as far in it as Caraval, but this one is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. It's about this girl who ends up disguising herself as one of the princesses in the kingdom and is trying to like get enough money to like live on her own and be out, to not have to be like under like the responsibility of her godmothers. While she's trying to get enough money and disguising herself as a princess, she ends up getting a curse put on her, and it says the only way to get the curse off of her is by like repaying all of the money that she's stolen, or like something to that effect. So yes, excited to finish this one as well. Next up is The Little Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. And first off, look at the pages. And then the cover is just so cute. The little cat. Oh my god. I mean, just look at that little guy right there. Isn't he so cute? Anyway, this is definitely one of the books where I bought it for the cover, because why wouldn't you? So yeah, it's a cozy cottagecore fantasy. It says, this was a good place with kind people who cared about each other. There was a unicorn in the woods, mermaids in the coves, and the best raspberries she'd ever tasted, and there's Lauren. So I honestly cannot wait to curl up in bed with this book and a cup of hot chocolate. Next up is Ninth House. Once again, I feel like everyone has heard of this book. I've always been wanting to read it. I've just been waiting for like a fall. I should not put my mug on my knee. I'm going to spill it. I'm waiting for the right time to read it. I've been wanting for fall to read it. Secret Society and a little bit of like dark magic. They tamper with forbidden magic. So yes, this definitely seems like my kind of book. And I've also never, I shouldn't say that. I've never really gotten into like the dark academia trope, but it does seem like something I very much would enjoy. So definitely want to read this. Next up is Remedial Magic by Melissa Marr. Again, this is another like cozy fantasy. It's a like sapphic cozy fantasy. Also, I love that this book has, what is it called, like the deckled edges where they're kind of like uneven. I don't know if you can really see that, but they're like not like perfectly caught, and they're kind of like uneven. I know that not everyone likes that, but I do. I love it so much. Next up is The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. I meant to read this on Halloween last year, but I just ended up having to work, so I couldn't. So hopefully I don't have to work, or at least not too late on Halloween, and I can sit and read this. So yes. Next up is We've Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. First off, I love the art style on the cover. This is another one. I always find it interesting when like paperbacks decide to do these like little foldy things, as if it's like a hardcover. Also, this book has the little uneven deckled edges as well. I've actually had this book for so long, but I keep forgetting about it. And then by the time I remember, it's like, no, I want to read that like closer to Halloween. Like, it's about these two sisters and their uncle that they all live in this like their family manor, and they don't really leave that often because every single member of their family was poisoned by cyanide, and the town like knows that one of them did it, but they're not sure which one. Also, it was turned into a movie, so super excited to watch that after I read it. Next up, I have Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. I once again saw this last year. I just ran out of time to read it, but it's like, it's not IKEA, but it's like a store like IKEA, where it's like it's like a haunted like IKEA store. Like I said, it's not IKEA, it's a store like it. But what made it, I can't find words today. Basically, it takes place in like a haunted like IKEA store. It's not IKEA, but like it's like, you know, it's like a horror comedy. And the thing that was very interesting about it is that it's like it's like laid out as like an instruction manual for like a piece of furniture or something that you would like get from like one of these like building stores. So, and everyone says that it's really good, so excited to read that one. I have Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Wally. I feel like the title is self-explanatory, but it's fake dating, obviously. Girl Meryl is a witch, and she accidentally ends up summoning a demon, Orzo the Ruthless, and he is a bargaining demon, so he needs to make a bargain with Meryl, and they basically have to continue to fake date, and he can't leave until whatever bargain they've set is fulfilled. And then the next one I have is You Again by Kate Goldbeck. I mean, just look at the cover. It's just such fall vibes. So it's these two main characters, Ari and Josh. They first meet. It's kind of like enemies to friends to lovers. They ended up meeting. It didn't go well. Then a few years down the line, they both meet again. They both just got out of breakups, so they decided to become friends. And then through that friendship, something more happens. All right, I feel like I need to be holding a mug for this next one, even though it's just hot chocolate, not coffee. Still. The next book I actually don't have with me. I will have it soon because I just got the notification that it shipped out. But it is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna get this one at first, just because I am like a little choosy with the romances that I read. But I came across this one video that first off showed the special edition of the book. And it was absolutely gorgeous. But I was like, I don't know. I shouldn't buy a book just because the cover is pretty. Definitely one of the books where I bought it for the cover. Then I heard someone say that it was like Gilmore Girls, and I love Gilmore Girls so much. Anything relating to Gilmore Girls, both me and my mother will immediately buy it. I actually have matching Gilmore Girls tattoos with my mother. So yes. Also, the author's name is Gilmore, which is so yes. Super excited for that to come in. Like I said, just got the notification that it shipped. I ordered it through TikTok Shop, which is also the first time I've like ordered something through TikTok Shop, which I feel like is shows how much I really wanted the book. So it was the special edition hardcover of The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and then also you got a deal if you bought that and the next book in the series. What was it, like the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore or something like that? You got the second one for only like $5 or something, like $5 or $6. So I bought both of those and they will be here shortly. On to the next book. This one is not fallish or spooky or yeah, it's kind of spooky. It has to do with horror movies. I got this book, picked this up the other day, and I showed it in my ultimate book haul video, and just the cover got me. Honestly, like the title got me. I'll just insert a clip of me reacting to this. Someone who is a massive fan of the TV show Supernatural, I am no stranger to the bury your gays trope. I think it was inspired by Supernatural because it is very similar. Haunted by his past, Misha. I have to read this book. I have to know what it's about. So yes, that is on my TBR for fall. I'm going to be reading this as soon as possible. Alright, next up is The Haunted by Jessica Verde. This is the second book in the Hollow series. I read the first one. I originally read it in high school, and then I like reread it a few years ago. In the town of Sleepy Hollow, as in Sleepy Hollow in like Washington Irving, it's like a big thing there. Her best friend ends up vanishing on the Sleepy Hollow Bridge, I believe it is. Yes. And then she ends up meeting this guy, like kind of mysterious, not really sure where he came from. So she's trying to kind of figure out like what happened to her friend, as well as like who is this guy. And then the first one ended off on a cliffhanger. So very excited to finish up to read the next one. So yes, that was The Haunted. The next up is The Merciless by Danielle Vega. Once again, second book in a series. I read the first one, absolutely loved it. Honestly, one of my favorite books I think I've read. It's like a YA horror. It definitely does read like a YA horror, but I absolutely loved it. to St. Mary's, a creepy Catholic boarding school in Mississippi. Then she becomes friends with someone, and then he is convinced that the devil is inside of her. So, and like again, the last one, judging how the last one ended, very excited to continue the series. I think there's actually quite a few books in this series, and then there's also one, Survive the Night, by the same author. I don't know if that's a spin-off of the Merciless series or if it's just a standalone. Either way, I really want to read that one as well. And then next up, A Night to Die For by Lisa Schroeder. I feel like this is kind of where it starts getting into like the back to school category. Judging by the cover, I think you can tell why. Prom night is supposed to be the best night of your life. All Mario, Elena, Parker, Lucas, Maribel, and their friends want to do is dance, have fun, party, and be free. This is not supposed to be the night you die. No. The Society of Soulless Girls by Laura Stephen. Creepy back-to-school book. Years ago, 4 students lost their lives in the infamous unsolved North Tower murder at the elite Caravel Academy of Art, forcing the school to close its doors. Now Caravel is reopening, and freshman Lottie Fitzwilliam is determined to find out what really happened. When her beautiful but standoffish roommate Alice stumbles upon a sinister soul-splintering ritual and a book hidden in Caravel's library, the North Tower claims another victim. Is there a killer among them, or worse, within them? Right, yet another creepy back-to-school book, The Ivies by Alexa Dawn. Olivia is part of this clique at our school called the Ivies, until eventually one of her friends goes up missing. It says, but one of the Ivies is found dead hours after getting into Harvard. Olivia begins to question how far her friends are willing to go, and with a murder on the loose, with Olivia's own acceptance letter become her own death sentence. So yes, that was my fall TBR. Am I going to finish all of them? Probably not. But, well, maybe I could. Probably not. I get distracted easily, and then I find other books that I want to read more, and then it's all, yeah. Anyway, that was my fall TBR. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys want to stick around and watch me read at least some of those books throughout fall, please like and subscribe. Very much appreciate that. So yes, I also don't know how to end videos yet, so hope you guys liked this video. Hope you guys got some inspiration for recommendations for what you guys want to read this fall. So yeah, that's it. Bye guys.